traders, I'm looking at the pound dollar on the monthly time frame. Just be aware that this is traded into these highs over here. It's pushed through a key level on this time frame. This is a big level, and you would expect there to be resting buy side liquidity up in here. So we could see a bit of a retrace. Okay, so you want to be careful. I mean, we do have a stronger pound at the moment, weaker dollar. Let's just go down the time frame and get a bit closer to it. I'm just going to mark up these levels on the monthly, and they'll make a bit of sense when we go down the time frame. So I'll have a look at we'll go to the weekly. All right, so we've got a monthly and a weekly combination level here. This one, monthly, weekly. All right, so both time frames, monthly, weekly. And go left, I mean on the weekly time frame, if we pick up this candle wick, we push that through there. So we've got this liquidity pool on this time frame that this is trading into. All right, so this is causing me to just have a little bit of a sense of caution around this liquidity. All right, okay, we'll go to the daily time frame. Yeah, I mean, look, it's been on this relentless push north with very little pullback. We had minimal pullback, really. I mean, you could measure that, give or take. Yeah, okay, so that's what's been happening. And then we get that again, right? So that's been consistent. This pullback has been fairly consistent throughout this rally, this move here. But again, you want to be a little bit careful, because on the daily time frame, we've taken out this high here. And what I mean is the stops that are sitting above these levels, any liquidity just gets swept, pushes through, pulls back. So there's a bit of a reaction. Just have a look left on the daily. Yeah, okay, so it's pushing into these highs. You're going to need to be a little bit careful. And, I mean, look, I'm long. My bias is bullish, definitely. We really need to see a continuation. I mean, if we look at this on the 4-hour chart, I mean, this is a beautiful trend. This is ideal. If we grab this and stay in drawing mode here, just look at these opportunities. Low, high, retrace, buy. Low, high, retrace, buy. Low, high, retrace, buy, and on and on and on. So we've got same thing going on over here. So low, high, retrace, buy. Low, high, retrace. Okay, so I'm looking for a pullback into equilibrium. In other words, let me just get out of there. 50%. Oh, excuse me. Peanuts are tickling my throat. I'm looking at 50% of this price swing. So we have, grab the fib. If we pick it from the low to the high here, right? So this meets my criteria for a buy. The pullback into here, 50%. And if we look at this strategy, going all the way back, I mean, it's served us really well from right back in here. This is it. This is how I trade. 4-hour time frame predominantly, and I'm looking for these pullbacks. Now, the thing that we need to be mindful of with this is when a trend like this starts to get a bit long in the tooth, and I mean, not even that. Let's just show you something here. I did this in a previous video, but you see the 50% pullback, right? We get another expansion, retrace, expansion, retrace. Then every now and again they do that to you. Expansion, retrace, expansion, retrace. And you have to be careful, because this is set up by the algos to raid the liquidity under the low. So retail traders like you and I, we get comfortable with our strategy. As you can see here, okay, retrace down to the 50, 61.8, we buy, we buy, we buy, and that serves us well until it doesn't. So what I mean by that is exactly this here and this one. Now, if you have a look at some of these trends recently, and in the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've had an awful lot of this going on. We get really big retraces, and the market's been incredibly volatile. So a lot of people have been getting caught out, including myself, trading at trends continuation. So to compensate, there's 2 ways you go about it. One is you go with a wider stop, and the other one is you go with a super tight stop and scalp. Well, I'm tending to go more on the wider stop side of things, and just sort of sit through the volatility that's been going on the back of the Bank of Japan rate rise recently. And look, I mean, the dust has been starting to settle, and this week's kind of been okay so far. But just understand that this is not out of the question, absolutely, and especially when you see, excuse me, a trend that's been moving like this without any decent pullback. Now, smart money require the liquidity that's in the market to be able to work their orders and function, basically. So you've got to look at this from a liquidity standpoint. Where is their liquidity? Well, it's sitting right under here. So I'm inclined to just be a little bit careful with this. Go with a wide stop. I mean, you don't want to go overboard with it. But, you need to compensate for the fact that these moves have been fairly regular, and, they'll catch you out at some stage. So, yeah, we've got this move here, the pullback buy. I mean, look, that's feasible, on this retrace. Okay, that's pretty much my thing. Stop loss under the previous low, and, look for a 2R. But would it be a better idea to pull the stop loss down a little bit further and go for 2R and see this imbalance? Just kind of clear the midpoint of this imbalance at least. Right, there's the midpoint of the imbalance. Just go under that, slightly under that, or if you want to go for broke, go to the base of the imbalance. Right. So I mean, you could extend it further, but you're going to reduce your profit. Okay. So just keep in mind that this kind of a move here is definitely not out of the question. Okay, right. So I think that's kind of my plan of attack with this one. What have we got? A 2R outcome. You could look left and see what we've got to the left side of the screen. I'll just mark that up and go back out. Might have to go to a monthly to see that. Just see what we got here. Yeah. Okay. So a profit level would be the high of this monthly candle over here. So that would be a draw on liquidity potentially. So if we just mark that up as a monthly level here, the dotted line, if this is reaching north, this is midstream at the moment, this monthly candle here. Let's have a look. Where are we? Yeah, it's pushing up. It's pushing up midway through this candle. So I'm thinking that, this high up here would be the draw on liquidity. All right, so if we go back down to our 4H, there's a target, the dotted line up here. So we'll just go slightly under. Yeah, that looks okay to me. All right, that's the markup, and then we found this dotted line. So something like that could be an idea, guys. Okay, so I'm bullish the pound dollar. Definitely, we want to see more weakness in the dollar. Oh, by the way, there is another thing. Let me just grab a drawing that I did over here. Bear with me for a sec. I have a, I didn't copy it. Yes, I did. I did indeed. We've got tomorrow, we have big data release. Okay, so I'll just paste that on here. All right. So we're talking euro, dollar, pound, dollar. So the pound and the euro are fairly correlated. So have a look at these events. Now, this is New York time, I think, 3 a.m. This euro. We've got all day, we've got German prelim CPI, and then at 8:30 a.m. New York time, we have GDP, unemployment claims. So that's pretty big data coming out tomorrow. So euro, dollar, pound, dollar are going to be impacted. I mean, trade it tonight. Hopefully we gain a little bit of ground, but you might look to perhaps, if it's in profit, take profit prior to these events. Hopefully it moves and we gain a bit of distance away from our current level. That would be awesome. Then that would give us a fairly big buffer then if there's any volatility. When the volatility kicks in, I should say. That's my take on the pound dollar at the moment, guys. What else can I say? Leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And yeah, with that, I hope you have a great day, safe trading, and we'll see you in the next one.